Report all the time about crashes involving alcohol, and April is Alcohol Awareness Month. It's a time really to increase the public awareness out there for alcohol abuse and underage drinking. And you may ask, why is this so important? We already know the message. Well, more than 88,000 people die from alcohol-related causes every year. That makes it the third leading cause of death in the U.S., preventable cause of death here in this country. So joining us this morning is Jaime Gutierrez. He is the State Executive Director of Mothers Against Driving. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for driving in here and talking to us about this very important subject. Prom graduation right around the corner. And this is the time where you start seeing some parties out there and unfortunately some underage drinking as well.
That's correct. April is Alcohol Awareness Month. And in fact, we'd like to zone in on April the 21st. That is Power Talk 21, MAD's push nationwide for parents to have a conversation with their youth, their daughters, their sons, about the dangers of alcohol and about riding with someone who's under the influence.
That's also very important too, because sometimes when we talk to our kids about drunk driving, buzz driving, whatever you want to call it, we don't always include in that conversation about, well, don't get in the car if you see somebody who's behind the wheel with those symptoms as well.
Well, unfortunately, in 2015, in the state of Texas, 122 adults and young adults were injured as a result of riding in a vehicle by someone that was under the influence.
And injuries are severe, as you know, if you survive that crash to begin with.
Not only the physical aspects of it, but the emotional aspect as well. Whether you happen to be the driver and someone, your friend gets hurt, or you happen to be that passenger that's at the wrong place at the wrong time. And as you pointed out, this is a needless thing that can be avoided simply by knowing not to be able to do that, to be able to say, I'm not going to get in a vehicle with someone who's been drinking. And quite frankly, you know, in the state of Texas, if you're under the age of 21, you really shouldn't be drinking. It's against the law.
To begin with. It's such a simple message, but we've talked about how we hear it every single weekend on the news, crashes involving alcohol. And at what age do parents really start talking to their kids about this important subject? I know we're going to circle the date of April 21st. But when do you know that this is the right age to talk about it?
Well, studies have shown now that the earlier you start communicating, you start having this discussion, this open dialogue with your children, the better it is for them and the better it is for you, because now you know that at least as a parent, you are the #1 influencer in that individual's life.
Right.
So consequently, the sooner you do that, the better. Some would say as early as middle school. They're not driving at that point, but by then, potentially they could be riding with someone who has had a few drinks and putting themselves in a terrible risk that, once again, they do not need to do this. We have a program, Power Parents, and our Power Parents can show different scenarios and provide resources to parents on how to have this discussion with their children. You can go online.
That's right.
Under mad.org/PowerTalkTX and download this information. It's in English and Spanish, and that way you can talk to them at your leisure, at your convenience.
And for your convenience, we'll link it to our website, kxan.com. Quickly, we're running out of time, but you say underage drinkers, especially in high school, 5 times more likely to drop out?
Potentially to drop out of school, yes.
That's another statistic that's going to stay in our minds. All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time.